The San Francisco 49ers, the number 1 seed, bye week this week, waiting around to see who they're going to play. Really good situation for them to be able to rest up again this week. Remember, last week they were able to rest a lot of guys. So essentially they have 2 bye weeks. So going into this bye week and what they've done, they've really made a smart decision. If you're new to the channel, we make videos all about the San Francisco 49ers. We're actually Detroit Lions fans, but have always liked the Niners just because of the 90s, all the stuff that they were doing, now into what they're doing now is just really successful, especially Jim Harbaugh. We're here in Michigan when Jim Harbaugh revived them, and then they've just been off and going ever since then. So here's what the Niners have done that's been really interesting. Both Thursday and Friday, they were full speed practices for the 49ers. They even wore pads on Friday, and they haven't worn pads in quite a while. So this is a full go situation. And the reason is because a lot of the starters didn't play last week. So they've got back-to-back bye weeks, essentially, while the other teams and their next potential opponent is living and dying this week, right? They're living and dying, playing as hard as they can, locked in. So if the Niners are just 2 weeks in a row, just kind of going through the motions, not good. Now, I agree with this, the way that they're handling this. You could say, man, we've gone through 17, 18 weeks plus training camp. I mean, like, do we really need to go hard for the 20th week in a row? And it's like, yeah, I think so, because other teams are. And so as you have the bye, you cannot fall victim to taking it easy. So here's what George Kittle said, because in 2019, they were the number 1 seed, but they were coming off a must-win game in Seattle, so they got the win. Everybody played high intensity. Everybody was dialed in. The following week was more jog through stuff. Today was full speed, guys flying around, guys competing, huge. And I think that's absolutely essential for what you're looking for in this bye week. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Who do you want to play next week? Who are you kind of rooting for? Who would you like to see? I made the case that the Rams would be just not who you want to see, just because it's a division opponent and those get really, really weird. But if you look at the playoff bracket, there's really no bad situation for the 49ers. Eagles are kind of falling apart. Baker Mayfield, I mean, come on, that's no problem at all. So there's a lot of good situations. Green Bay Packers could win as well. And I mean, that's no problem at all either. So let me know in the comments who you would like to face. Lions are a team that maybe could face in the NFC Championship game. Lions would come to the Niners. The Lions, and it's been interesting watching the Lions build a team very similar to the 49ers. Defense is good. The Niners defense is much better, but a good defense keeps you in games with an innovative offense that hits when they need to, but yet can run the ball, be patient, and really balanced. And that's why the Niners are the favorite in the NFC, and it makes total sense. They've got a good defense and a balanced offense that can keep you in every game. The problem with the Lions and the Cowboys and some of these other teams is that it can get sideways on them quick. It doesn't seem like that's the case with the Niners because of well coached. Again, I keep going back to the word balance, but when you can run the ball consistently, you can throw it, you got innovation offensively, and then your defense always going to keep you in games. That's a great recipe to stay in every single game, even when you're not playing your best, and you can find a way to win. So the Niners are the favorite coming out of the NFC. Out of the AFC, we know Baltimore's been playing great. They're a kind of a different type of team, just with Lamar. Anytime Lamar, I mean, he's just different. So it's gonna be interesting matchup there. But if you're a Niners fan, you look at the NFC and it's just, man, the Eagles at one time was scary. Nah, not anymore. Cowboys, you destroyed the Cowboys, and any matchup with the Cowboys, they would have to come to your place. You got to feel good about that. And then the only other teams that can scare you are the Rams and the Lions, and one of those teams will be knocked out this weekend. And I mean, the Lions even would be, I know I'm a homer, but would be one of the tougher matchups, really, the way I see it, just because they're built very similar. And the Lions, I think, are a good team. Rams, I think they can be stopped. I really do, but we'll see. So, again, let me know your thoughts in the comments on this one. Really excited to see how the Niners do. And another thing that George Kittle said is, Kyle said to continue sharpening the sword. You just want to take every advantage when you're on the football field to get a little bit better, refine your skills, focus one more thing. First step, your release, your get off, your back pedal. You just don't want to lose a step anywhere. And I think that's the key right there. Everybody else in the playoffs right now is sharpening better. They have to, right? Because it's win or go home. And so if you're the Niners, can you have that self drive to find a way to get better going into next week? So again, if you're new to the channel, we make videos all about the San Francisco 49ers, covering them, making sure that we're all over them as they head into the playoffs and into the offseason. We're a lot of cap space, ton of cap space. Can't wait to see that. Ton of cap space. Draft picks are there. And remember, the only weakness of the Niners is the kicker, Jake Moody. Love that guy, but it's the one area it's like you can't take anything for granted. And when you need 3 points, you got to get them. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see all of you on the next one.